Boys and girls, I'm going to make one other video today and talk to you about two things about chickens' behavior. I want to talk to you about their neck first. So as you observe these chickens for just a minute, notice what happens to their neck when they are eating or walking or really moving of any kind. What is happening to their neck? Do you see how every single time they move, they eat, they walk around, anything, they are moving their neck, right? They're sort of bobbing their neck in and out. Well, the reason why they do that is because their eyes are different than ours, and their eye socket doesn't actually move. And so the only way that they can look around is to move their whole head. So while they're eating, they want to be careful that other predators are not sneaking up on them, and they want to always know what's going on around them. And so they're constantly moving their head when they walk or when they eat. It's so that they can see. And one interesting fact about chickens is that they can actually see better than humans. They can see more colors than our eyes are capable of seeing. Isn't that interesting? And the second thing I want to talk to you about today are their new flight feathers that are coming in. If you look at this striped one right here, see his fuzzy feathers up on the top, and then see these beautiful striped feathers down at the bottom that he's just started growing? If you look at several of these chickens, their flight feathers are coming in. These are those pretty long wings at the end of the down feathers. You see those? They're almost, if you feel them, they almost feel like fingers inside there. They're actually kind of hard. They're flight fingers. The black ones have them. Look right here. See the beautiful flight feathers right there on him? Oh, he let me touch him. Let me see if I can pick one up for you that has great flight feathers, and we can look at them together, all right? Here's one. Now, the fuzzy down feathers are at the top. That's what he was born with. But all of this at the bottom, all of this has just been grown in less than a week. And these are the flight feathers. The ones at the top are called primary feathers. Let me open it out again. And the ones at the bottom are called secondary feathers. And usually when you clip these, the chickens are about 5 weeks old. That's about when they are able to fly up in the top of a tree. And what you would do is you would come right here along the primary feathers and cut that bottom little layer off right there. You would not cut the secondary feathers back here. Not normally. You would normally just cut these primary feathers up at the top, the longest ones that they have. And he's turning around on me. And then that way you only cut it on one side. So if you cut one wing over here on his left side and you left his right side, he would not be able to fly with just one long wing. Now, sometimes you have to come back. Let me put him back in. Sometimes you have to come back after you have cut the primary feathers and cut the secondary feathers a little bit too, if you notice that the chickens are still able to fly up in the tree. But most of the time, if you cut just this bottom part of the primary feathers, then they won't be able to fly because you only cut it on one side, right? You can leave one side long and one side short, and that way they can't fly up in the trees if you're keeping chickens at your house. So those are two things I wanted to talk to you about today, their neck and their flight feathers.